as we close on out our day and the sun leaves us and the nighttime comes, let's talk about genuine relationships and how fun. So genuine, whether romantic or friendship, whether poly or mono, they are all from the heart and with the heart. And the most amazing part of meeting people is that. So when you get to build depth. Now, a lot of the 4D and 3D and all those who are not whole selves, when you hear about them talking to you of their twin flame or flames or soulmates or their oversoul, they have this kind of mantle going on, right? So they have some saga and drama and this ego death, and you need to cleanse yourself and this and that, okay? So they have a way that they perceive the energy sphere, the unconscious sphere, with this laundry, the Zen master. Okay, so that's for the people who don't do emotions, so they don't know how to attune to their nervous system and say, hey, let me get to my social engagement system. And so the first thing, this is a nice resource for anybody who wants to activate the ventral vagal state. And as you do that, or what's even better is an active hug from a human being. And so that's what you love, number one, about our genuine grown-up relationships. Grown up means a functional adult. And so this is number one, any relationship, friendship or, herd member, lover, it will be ideal. And if you're a person who is a Fibonacci, so that infinite spiral. Okay, so you are a person who completely is mesmerized by life. You know that it's not perfect. You know that there's a lot of suffering, but you're mesmerized by what we can do together. So as a successful person, entrepreneur, philosopher, mystic, successful because once you have the capacity to maintain a love, always on, blissful, and wisdom is your body, which is your rest and rejuvenate. And so that is actually every person's mammalian heritage. I can't find my cards right now, but the fact is it's not some hard, impossible feat. But if you keep calling your emotions laundry, and if every time you're dealt uncertainty, unexpected, and unwanted, you talk about it as it's hard, you're not building that resiliency because you're not attuning to yourself, and then you're not reassuring your 1-year-old and your 2-year-old and your 3-year-old and your child parts. So once you consistently reassure yourself, and then you don't feel upset because you don't have someone reassuring you. And so that's for those who get older and older and they don't find the one. And that's why the people with their twin flame, they eventually, if they stay within the saga land. So the bond is what people have spoken of. The difference for the 5D mystics is there's no saga or drama. And that's because our oversoul, we have more than just our twin flames as bonds. And if you are a Fibonacci infinity, so you're expanding consciousness brain, this is why you have the Jesus Love button, and you consistently connect to more of the generator of diversity, that centeredness, whether it's Shiva, whether it's God, meaning that you have connected, and Holy Spirit. So the ones who don't welcome that we use words interchangeably, that's for them to think about. For the ones of us who are 5D mystics in the Enlightenment Soul Age group and expanding pieces of human brain consciousness. So we have bilateral integration. We have a restorative embodiment self, and we know how to be self-aware, accountable, and regulate. We are choosing, like I do, spirituality, and sciences, and they all come together. Spiritual gifts with the Holy Spirit. I saw this brief presentation. They're the same as the clairs. And then they're the same as this other science person who's explaining the clairs. All of it. They all say the same thing, like with Reiki, reconnective healing. They're different. Actually, reconnective healing, I know why it's different from Reiki, but it's the same. And although they won't say that, because those who are the masculines, they like to break things down, they're left mode, and they like to identify, and that's ego. It's not good or bad. It's that, oh, look, I did this. This is different than that. No, how dare you put them right next to each other and call them the same? Don't you see all these specifics? So here's where a divine feminine, that's where the wisdom of the body, and a divine masculine, the wisdom of the mind, and a divine expanding When you overflow with humanity, divinity has to descend. I'm not saying divine as a God. Please do not use those words. Those people who want to compare themselves to God, they are taking things like Nietzsche did, and I am not personally. I'm saying Jesus was a human being man, and he stood as a restorative embodiment, self-aware person. So was Buddha. I'm giving you the attachment trauma breakdown. Some people, they will say, that's bullshit. Yeah, that's bullshit to you. It's not bullshit to other ones of us, but we can respect that. It's bullshit. It's okay. I'm pseudoscience bullshit lady. Don't you know? Self-help crap. So that's my point about anything that is, one, a person who's being their self. They know how to say, you have a subjective opinion of how to describe something. Go for it. Be my guest. Okay, so again, the capacity to understand the generator of diversity. I like the acronym that Daniel Siegel gives me, and he said that he's asked a multitude of spirituality individuals from all different faiths, and they were not offended by his usage of God. And I'm sharing with you a quote from our lovely Sadhguru about if you overflow with humanity, how it's connected to what I learned about when you have integration of brain and restorative embodiment self, which is what you can become with a person who has secure attachment, and you're actively accountable, aware, and regulating. Okay, and so with personal development and self-help, and you spiritually awakened, you can come on over, and with IHP, with you, me, one-to-one mentorship, our masterclass, and just build a community of people who love Jesus. We love the infinite generator of diversity stuff, all of it, sciences and spirituality, and you understand groundedness. Choice points, twin flames, their choice points are soulmates, that's it. Anyone who's wanting to box up who you're going to spend the rest of your life with, that is something different. And so as a person who was not given that which I wish I would have had when I began with Claire's and my twin flames, what I can inform any of you who might have anything to do with mysticism, or anyone who's the one, okay, the one, they have the capacity and the desire. Their amygdala is alerted to, I want to see you smile every day more from your heart to your beautiful giggly mind, and that is from the soul and the essence of you. I don't need to touch you, I don't need to be with you, I don't need any of that, which is your body. I'm not kidding right now, by the way. I know how many people put that for a minute to the side. Nobody's saying it's excluded. I'm saying the priority of a human being, man, woman, they be, if they're building with you a genuine relationship. I'm talking about a genuine relationship from the mature human beings. And as a teenager, I already knew this. This is called healthy self-worth. Human being who has a caregiver who taught healthy self-worth, which means how a person's going to respect you, how they're not going to be seen as a person who can come and actively be integrity. You have two hands, 2 feet. You can be there and be supportive, or you will not be supportive. Therefore, you are not someone that we can rely on, because you will be an inconsistent contingent. You're there one day, you're not there the next. You're not giving any sense of safety or security. You are a walking baton that has a flag. In fact, that's it. So you learn how to speak to each other the way you were taught. I was taught we all do the best we can, and if someone cannot show up, it's a member of our herd, whether they are actively doing it on purpose or not, is not of the interest of an emotionally mature human being who's building genuine relationships. You will show me that you've fallen, you don't know how to tell me you've fallen, you don't get up, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You don't have the desire, the interest, or any of that to actually be there with me, with us. So genuine relationships, emotional, mental. The physical is on that scale, and of course, if it's not something that people enjoy, it is something that you will want to take into consideration. But there's plenty of those sex therapists out there that I know that work with people. So it's all basically two human beings. If we're talking now about romance, and for polyamory, then we have other stuff. It's about people accepting how to be each other, be themselves, and laugh always, not just sometimes. You don't need to cry. You don't need to be scared. You don't need to be angry. You're going to deal with the external. The point is that you get to come together and share and have fun and be like us, the Neapolitans, but with love. and touchy-feely and huggy and all that good stuff. Genuine relationships. Come on board. Tune in.